Welcome to the San Jose Country Club virtual course tour from August 18th, 2020. Right off the bat, you'll notice a big change here at our first tee. We have lowered it, we have broadened it, and made it so that it really flows with the land here. It's a wonderful little event lawn, we'll call it. You'll see the fairways are coming in nicely here. We have had a tremendous amount of rain in the last week and a half prior to taking this video, but still overall the course is holding up very well. Now here on the second hole, we've got the maintenance road that cuts across here from the workers. That hasn't been grassed yet. It will be grassed. You'll also notice the nursery green is no longer right in the sight line there on number 2. It's kind of been tucked away over to the left there. Fairway was done a little later, so it's a little more sparse, but still it's coming in very well. We've got the tees. We're starting to square some of the tees up so they start to look like tees as they're growing in. So you'll see some of this, the orange there as we're squaring that in. And big aesthetic change here between 3 and 13, where we've filled in the ditch and everyone's been eager to see what that looks like. And here you go. I think it looks absolutely wonderful, and it will look even better when it's got some grass. Plan is there to put some wiry grass, the longer yardages, to just maintain that challenge. And then when you get in closer to the green, it's all should be Bermuda grass there. Now behind hole 3 green, important change where we moved the cart path from the left of the tee over to the right of the back tees there. So it runs along the property line and increases the playability behind 3 green. There's just nothing but grass there between 4T and 3 green. So it's really nice change, and it gets the cart path out of the sight lines. We're really excited about that. You can see where the bunkers that have been established, all those bunker surrounds, the grass there that was sodded, really towards the beginning of the project is coming in really nicely. And how nice does this lake bank look here with 4 green, turning out really well. Now I'm only one person, but from my perspective, the redesign on 5 green turned out, it was everything we could hope for. Really improved the view into the green. The green is going to be more receptive. It's got some nice roll to it still, but it's going to receive a shot. It just looks beautiful. Now we've still got plenty of work to do here. You see that, some dirt piles here and there, things we're using for top dressing different areas. You'll notice there's still some maintenance roads through the course where the construction vehicle traffic's gone. And we have had trouble with a couple of fairways early on. 6 is one of them, where the grass has just not come in as well as we might have liked. We've got some washouts and things from the rain, so we're having to touch up a few spots. It's not a huge deal, but just having to go back through and reapply in some areas just to get that grass in the best shape possible. One important thing we did with the renovation here is lengthen the black tees. They're coming in at a yardage of 7,043 yards. Hole 7 here, this video is starting from the black tee box, which is tucked back there against the property line towards the right side, kind of favoring a fade now from the back tees, a yardage of 461. It's going to be a championship caliber golf course from the back tees. You can see this fairway's looking really nice, coming in well. This hole really has been pretty trouble-free. We did have a washout there that we're in the process of repairing from the recent storms, but it's in good shape. Hole 8, no significant changes to hole 8. Working on growing the grass here. We did relocate the nursery green, as I mentioned before, and it's now kind of behind and to the left of 8 green, which you can't see from the tee, but since I'm up high here in a video, you can see it there. Now, hole 9, we did have some issues where a sump pump went out. You'll be able to see it here just past the forward tees, very beginning of the fairway. There's a sump pump down there that failed during one of the recent storms, so we had a pretty significant amount of water there. We've since replaced that sump pump, and so we're all set now. It was old. You can see the cart path here looks really nice. One thing I'm really impressed by is how well these cart paths have held up with all this rain. Very minimal washouts there. You can see we're already mowing the greens. We're mowing fairways too, and lowering the height as the grass gets healthier and healthier. We're continuing, even with all this rain, we still got to water. The problem with the rain is when you get very heavy amounts in very short periods of time. But you still got to keep this grass watered consistently. We're also, as the greens are growing in, patrolling all the time for any kind of contamination, invasive grasses, and trying to make sure they're in as pure state as possible. Now you'll see here at hole 11, just past the bridge on the left behind 1 green, we piped that nuisance drainage area there, and that'll be grassed. It'll have a much cleaner appearance. Really is going to look much better back there. Get rid of that muck. You also see McCurrick Golf Construction still has some of their equipment here, but they're kind of winding down the project, just working on loose ends, and then so a lot of their equipment's gone, and then the rest of the project is a lot of it's up to our own maintenance staff. Now, just for fun, I'm starting hole 12 actually from the black tee on hole 3. It's about 185 from there, just for kicks. The green here is coming in really well. When you take kind of a close look at it, it almost looks like you could putt it. I know I've putted on worse. Now listen, I'm trying to avoid too much hyperbole here, but this tee at 13 when I stepped on it is stunning. Much closer to the water level. I love the way this looks. We cleared up the view, kind of cleaned up some limbs there on that tree. When you step foot on that tee for the first time, I promise you're going to really enjoy it. It's a really wonderful view from there. Drainage in this area has been working really well. This is one of our trouble areas historically, but it's doing really well. We're still having to tie up a few loose ends there as you see the gentleman watching the drone fly by. Now, hole 14, check out the way this path has been rerouted first. How nice and clean that looks versus the way it was before. And now that we've got grass back here, which hole 14 fairway is doing well. That bunker that's on the right side, kind of right in the where everybody wants to hit their drive, you can see the additional challenge that it's going to create at this hole. It definitely is going to make this hole, the strategy, quite different for most golfers. Now the golf course is not ready to open, of course, and no fishing, no golfing yet, but look at that grass. Doesn't it look like you could play it right now? The grass back on hole 15 is in great shape, and by the way, this hole is now from the championship tees. 225 yards will be a formidable test in a tournament situation. Right away, you'll notice the cart path on the left there. We've got a turnaround for the black and gold tees. We also moved the path closer to the forward tees, a little bit less of a walk. You'll see these tee boxes they're starting to look like tee boxes, squared off, oriented towards the center point of the fairway out there, and just starting to look like a golf course back here. You'll also see the island. I can't remember if I mentioned before, we added a few cypress trees to the island, just thinking ahead for when those pine trees have aged. Look at that lake bank. How nice does that look? How does that change that back right pin? Think about it. Here at hole 17, there's a lot of construction equipment passed through here, doing a little clear out of some landscaping. We've flattened that old forward tee that was up there. Still got to grass that. Repaired some washouts from the very heavy rains, which, by the way, before the grass is established, is really pretty normal. So it's no problem. Once that grass grows in, it'll be an issue. And that big mound of material that was here, no longer here. Not a lot of substantial changes to 17. Still a great hole. Now 18, on the other hand, we did lengthen 462 from the black tees, 435 from the gold tees. That really is the only substantial lengthening to the gold tees, and the other forward tees really haven't changed at all. And there you saw Clayton on the tractor, the man himself, applying some fertilizer to some areas, getting it going. But what a great finishing hole this will be, and especially a great challenge with it being a little longer from the two back sets of tees. And this fairway is coming in really well. Great soil. I don't know. It's doing great. And the green looks wonderful. Just couldn't be happier with the way everything is progressing. A few little challenges, but nothing we can't overcome. Thanks for watching.